Okay, so I'll be negotiating against Martina tomorrow morning. After going through the facts, I think this fact pattern differs a little bit from the negotiations I've done in the past, where initially I don't know the other person's interest, but I may have an idea of what their position is. They're going to ask for a certain amount of money or something like that. This one's kind of the opposite. I think I know their position based on the facts. If I was Hawkins, if I represented Hawkins, the thing that I would be concerned with as far as Article 22 would be that it just lets an anchor tenant up and leave at their discretion. For a new development and for someone who's trying to get like satellite tenants and stuff, that's not very attractive. I mean, that could pull down the whole thing. So, I mean, I think based on the facts that we have, that their interest is basically gaining some level of commitment and some kind of peace of mind that an anchor tenant isn't just going to up and leave. And I think that goes a little bit to, I know they had like financing, an issue with financing, that it needed like a strong 10-year commitment. So, I mean, I think I know their interest. What I don't necessarily know is their position as far as, do they just want to wipe the entire Article 22, or do they just want to limit, subleasing or assignment, one or the other? I don't really know what they're expecting or what they want to get out of this negotiation, so I don't really know their positions. To kind of counteract that, in the past, I've, kind of asked questions like with Connor. I started with kind of a questionnaire to try and engage what his interests were. Because I know the interest already, I feel somewhat comfortable just making an offer. I'd like to make the first offer just like I did with Connor. And based on Martina's reaction and how she perceives that and any counter offers, I think I'd like to go from there. Developed kind of a strategy to both kind of get her position out and what I want to offer first, and then just dealing with Martina, who is a very smart woman and I think has a similar negotiation style to me. I think she's very collaborative. I don't think she wants to walk out of there and make me feel like I got a bad deal. So my plan is to, go ahead and offer her some form of, peace of mind or commitment, basically to restrict the ability to sublet or assign the premises on Marketplace's behalf for a set period of time. I haven't exactly decided what that time frame I want. I know they need 10 years for financing. I'd like to go a little shorter, but the ability to sign and sublease is such a vital point for Marketplace. I may just go up to 10 years to make it more enticing. And my goal is, with Connor, I was kind of firm. He's a very good talker. He's also a male, so I know that he could kind of, I think we have a little bit easier time being confrontational with one another. Martina, on the other hand, is incredibly smart, and she's very collaborative. I feel like if I give a little bit, I can get a lot more out, a better deal with her than if I give a little bit to someone like Connor. I don't think that he would be as receptive to me giving a concession, whereas Martina, I feel like she would feel almost obligated to, if I give something, she also has to give something. So I'd like to plan on that. As far as my BATNA and WATNA, best alternative, I don't know all the facts. I don't know if they have another anchor tenant they're considering. If this deal falls through, we can't make a negotiation, or we can't make a deal with negotiation. Best alternative is they just literally can't find anybody else and then come back to us and offer to just keep Article 22. I don't see that happening. Worst alternative is that we just lose out on this market, which for a company as big as Marketplace, it's not a death blow. I think it'd be a lot worse for Hawkins, being a new developer and this being one of the biggest projects, to fail. I think they have a lot more to lose. and I think I like to use that as leverage as well to try and promote my side. But those are basically my strategies for dealing with the facts we have, for trying to get as good of a deal as I can and negotiate with Martina and then my Batma and Watna.